Hi guys, welcome back. Okay, I just woken up, so I'm ever so sorry if I'm a bit peaky again today. This is my last day of a fort or two. Fortunately, I was able to get some sleep after dropping the kids off this morning, so it's a little bit better than it was yesterday. Last night was interesting. It's always interesting in some respects, but particularly last night because one of the last jobs I did was for a teenager, and she was a mental health problem. Now, normally with mental health, you can expect to stay there for a good hour or two, if need be. Depends on what the problem is, what their issues are, what they how they're feeling, the environment, etc., etc. This patient I've been before. She is a very, very frequent caller, which is quite sad, but we're hoping that this is going to get resolved quite soon now. So get called to this patient who is feeling suicidal, feels very unsafe. This is on the data head. This is the information that comes up on the computer. Excuse me. So feeling unsafe, feeling suicidal, doesn't want to be there anymore, etc., etc. Carers are on scene. There is she's living in a room where that she's got a living carer anyway, so she's in a safe place as far as we are concerned medically. So we go into the property. The room is a wreck. There is holes in the walls, which are like fabricated walls, where she's headbutted. So you can imagine that it's quite traumatic along those lines. But to be fair, it doesn't take that much to make these dents in these holes, just to alleviate any worry about, she's going to have a massive brain aneurysm or anything. However, that's not to say we don't rule that out. Okay, so yes, it's important to make sure that the head stuff is all covered first. And we saw her sat on a chair, and she sort of looks up and goes, "Oh, hi." I was like, "Oh, hi, how you doing? We've it's good to see you again." Trying to be light about it, and very non-committal, first of all, to the point where, "Oh, don't want to be here. There's no point if you being here. I don't want you here. I just want to end it all." To sitting down and just talking to her through, like, what's going on today, what's made you feel this way, what do you plan to do, what have you thought about, and it was almost like a scenario where she was a circular argument. She doesn't feel safe, she wants to leave, can't leave now for another location because there's no place for her to go to. Well, I'm going to do myself something silly. Well, where do you want to go? I want to go back to hospital, because she's feeling that she should be in hospital already, because she's come from an institution already, which makes her feel safe. And she's moved into these accommodations where she has her own room, and I think it's probably the transition from this hospitalised accommodation to this non-hospitalised one was quite quick, and it hasn't worked very well with her. So my colleague and I were just talking and just trying to sort of figure out, where she is. And I said, do you mind if I just take some obs, as usual? We got called out already, not us, but our crew got called out already that morning. So she's had a second paramedic and an ECA crew out there. Yes, I know the drill. I know all about the medical stuff. I said, oh, okay. And so I thought, this is something I'm going to work on. And I said, okay, so I know you know all about this, so let's test your knowledge, So what's this? And she said, oh, it's a thermometer. I said, oh, okay, so where's that go? And she looked at me. I said, no, you can't be rude. I said, where do you think we need to put this thermometer to check your temperature? And she pointed to her ear, and I asked her, is that okay to pop it in your ear? Yes, okay, you can tell, but I can tell you what my temperature's going to be. I said, okay, well, I say what. If you tell me correctly within 1 degree, then you get a point. And then I'll try and figure out if you've got another temperature, and then it'd be my point. She said, okay, well, yeah, so it's like a game. I said, yeah, it's like a game. Okay. Anyway, she got it right, 37 or something. I said, right, that's a point to you. Okay, so what do you think we're doing as well? So we were going through all the obs, you know, the SATS monitor and the blood pressure. We didn't need to do a glucose test anyway because it wasn't necessary at this time. And it was all perfect. It was all really within normal parameters. And I said to her, "Oh, that's your, the numbers are perfect." She said, "I'm perfect." And I thought, "Oh, I can grab this." "Yes, you are. You're perfect." I said, your numbers are perfect, but you're perfect." And she had a smile. I said, "Oh, isn't that a lovely, perfect smile?" And she smiled again. And this made the other carers who had been with us sitting and watching smile as well. And I looked over and said, "Oh, don't they have a perfect smile?" So this word we come across made her smile. And I used this as an icebreaker. And she's also into a well-known singer who I say I'm not into. And I deliberately said, "Oh, who's that on your wall?" And she said the person's name. I said, "Oh, isn't he an actor?" And I knew he wasn't because I've obviously heard him before. And she said, "Oh no, don't you know he's a singer? He does this and this." I said, "Oh, well, I'll have to be educated. So, what does he do and what does he sing?" And she started, just talking about him. And I thought that's something else. So if you ever get to a point where you're trying to talk to a mental health person who's in a quite a deep sort of deep in their depression, but they can communicate to the point where they will answer your questions, try and find a common denominator that you can actually connect to them with, and work on that. And that helps sometimes, not always, break ice, So by the end of the 2 hours, we were able to leave her there in the care of the people that was looking after her anyway. There was a point where we were able to say, "Okay, you're not very happy here. Let's get things moving." And she said, "I want to go now." And we had to explain to her, "No, we can't leave within 5 minutes." "Well, why not?" I said, "Well, it's just like," and then I named her singer again. Said, "Well, what happens if you ordered that from eBay? You can't get it in 5 minutes. It takes time for someone to prepare it and send it to you, etc., etc." And so she went, "Oh, yeah, well, maybe tomorrow." They said, "Well, it's middle of the night now, so the people that we need to organise won't be awake until probably 9 o'clock, just sort of work on that." And at the end of the day, at the end of the shift, my paramedic and I were saying, "Well, I think you're perfect." She said, "Oh, thank you so much. I think you're perfect." And then we were saying this to the carers as well. And in the end, the patient said to us, "I think you're perfect." I thought, "Oh, thank you so much. I feel so much better that you made me smile and thought I was perfect. They make me so happy." And I went back to her. So it was just like receiving and sending this warmth. Yeah, whether it will, whether it stayed with her until, say, this morning, I don't know, but it helped. And obviously safeguarding and safety netting and all that was sorted as well. But not necessarily was it needed to go to hospital, because she didn't need to be hospitalised. It was just a matter of finding a place for her and trying to sort out what she was going to be doing the next couple of days whilst the ones in charge had sorted it out. But yeah, I thought that I want to share that little ditty with you. I think you're perfect, and thank you very much for watching. Have a great day. Take care. Bye bye.